G'day everyone, I'm George Seppelt, the 2026 South Australian Rural Ambassador State winner. I'm 26 years old and live in Jamestown, South Australia. Located in the mid-north of South Australia, Jamestown is known mostly for cropping, sheep and wool production. I currently work in sales and admin for Hunt's Fuel, a family-owned third-generation Ampol fuel and oil distributor, spending most of my time on the road conducting on-farm deliveries of oils, lubricants and other supplies. This is a very fast-paced industry, made even busier and more unpredictable at the moment. In 2021, I also became the youngest flight instructor in Australia, having spent many hours teaching people to fly, both young and old. The one thing South Australia lacked was someone willing to travel to primary producers to teach them to fly, whilst also not taking them away from their farming operations. I managed to fill this gap and have spent plenty of time travelling South Australia whilst teaching our primary producers to fly. Well, teaching people most of the time. There was that one time I used the aeroplane to do some fencing contracting. Didn't go so well. The fence is still standing though. On a serious note, the plane got fixed, the student continued on with flying, and after recovering from a bruised ego, I kept on instructing too. In 2022, I decided to start my own business in aviation, event logistics and consulting. This has seen me work on many projects, but most notably assisting good friend Katrina Roundtree in obtaining her pilot's licence and documenting the process for a TV series. Had it not been for the South Australian Young Rural Ambassador Award in 2018, I would have never met Katrina and this would never have happened. I also spend a lot of time at air shows, specialising in risk management, compliance, documentation and coordinating air traffic during displays and events. When your office window looks like this, the lines between work and fun get blurred very quickly. As for my involvement in the community, I've held various positions on the Jamestown Flying Group Committee. This committee supports aviation in our area, organises an air show every 3 years, and also assists council with the running of our local airport. I am an active member of our local Clay Target Club, competing in shoots across the northern part of South Australia, but also in assisting to run our club bar and helping when we hold come and try days or corporate events. For the record, if you look closely, yes, I did hit that target. Since 2018, I've been on the committee and held various positions with our local country ball, the Ram and U Ball. This event is held annually to encourage everyone in our community to get out, have a good night, but also network with people from all over South Australia. I'm pleased to say that the event will be held again in 2027, celebrating its 20th anniversary. That leaves me with my favourite of the community organisations, the Jamestown Show. I have been involved every year since the year I was born. When I was younger, my late father Simon was show president. I started by entering items in our pavilion, whether it was fresh produce, cooking, flowers, eggs. I think our family had a crack at almost everything. My dad and I also loved showing our chooks. We showed various breeds at shows across South Australia, even winning a few prizes at the Royal Adelaide Show. As Dad was on the committee, this meant we grew up at the showgrounds, and I assisted at working bees as I grew up. I am now in my 10th year on the show committee, where I've held many roles, mostly in media and marketing, guest management, show announcing, and also just there when someone needs a hand. So there you go, that's a bit about me. My name's George Seppelt, and I'm incredibly proud to be the South Australian National Rural Ambassador Finalist.